The Flash. It's just terrible. The Flash is absolutely fucking terrible. You go into the movie thinking it can't be worse than the CW show. It cannot be worse. At least the last 2 seasons. At least the last couple of seasons anyway. But it was. It fucking was. It's somehow worse than the CW show, as if it ain't bad enough. Oh, the CGI. The fucking CGI is absolutely horrendous. You cannot get over it. That one fucking scene. It's so fucking shit, man. It's utter wank.
What the hell? Oh my God.
I mean, did they really think it was a good idea to fucking add dead people back in from the fucking dead using CGI? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, come on. Did they really think that was a good idea? I mean, Jesus Christ, look at it. Look at it, it's not even good either. It's absolutely fucking wank. Anyway, this happens at the fucking end of the movie, so... Fucking shit, he's fucking utter wank. Get rid of it, fucking hell. Look at that crud.
There's nowhere to run.
You see him in the opening scene in a fucking cafe, waiting for fucking his lunch or whatever it was. It might be breakfast, I don't fucking know. And he's running low on energy. And he's like... He can't wait for it. He literally cannot wait. But then he gets a notification from fucking Batman or something somehow. About a building falling down. And it was a hospital. About a hospital falling down or something like that. But he decides to go into the bathroom, you know, using super speed casually. I mean, I know, you know, he uses super speed, so you should be able to see him if you're a normal, you know, person. But come on. He uses super speed in front of everyone to go into the bathroom, get changed as the Flash. Then he literally runs out of the bathroom and stands outside of the cafe waiting to run. And I don't know why he isn't just run straight away, but yeah, what a noob. Then he does run, and is it bad? Yes, it is. I mean, look at it. For God's sake, it looks like he's literally, the buildings are flying past him. I mean, for God's sake, why can't he actually just run? Well, first of all, he runs like a fucking spastic spanner. And then guess what? He's the fucking Flash. So we're going to take away... I mean, he's literally the Flash, and he's running like an utter spastic spanner-looking knob. I mean, can he not run for... Either way, he runs to Gotham City, and then guess what? I mean, even though the buildings are literally flashing behind him, why can't he just run? The fucking looking dickhead. And he runs to Gotham City, fucking finds a hospital where he's literally falling down, and stands there for about a solid minute talking to Batman. I mean, you almost do... You really almost get sick of it. You really do get sick of it, honestly. And then he goes and saves babies by putting them in a fucking microwave. Yes, he puts them in a fucking microwave. Why is he putting a baby in a microwave? Also, we're now going to establish the relocation thing, where he literally, can he just relocate people with, you know, having them no issues at all? I mean, literally no effect. Again, these people don't have super speed, by the way. So obviously, so once again, why is the relocation not having any effect on them at all? What the actual fuck? And then Barry's fucking watch level thing to tell him how much energy he's got as literally springs up as critical, even though it doesn't have super speed. How the fuck has the watch got super speed now?
But Batman made Barry's new suit, so it is possible because he's Batman and...
Oh, just shut the fuck up, man. Anyway, Barry gets a fucking vending machine and eats a candy bar out of it to restore himself to peak energy. And then we find out what Batman has been doing this entire time. i.e. chasing a random fucking criminal down the street, which has some fucking bomb that apparently can blow up the whole of Gotham if it touches the water. If it touches some water. I mean, where has that just come from? How has this guy got hold of it? Random villain, by the way. Nothing to do with anything else in the movie. Just a random guy who has a random bomb that can blow up the whole of Gotham. What a load of shit.
There's nowhere to run.
So the city decides to run back into the bathroom where he originally came out of, in the cafe. And then literally, even though literally lightning bolts just went past people in the fucking cafe. And then he literally comes out of the bathroom where the lightning bolts just travelled to. Thank you for revealing to everyone that you are the Flash, you fucking dickhead.
Kind of defeats the whole anonymous superhero thing.
We learn that he's basically a useless tool when it comes to his job because he keeps wanting to keep looking at these old cases of murders and other shit that didn't get solved. Mainly because he can relate to it and his dad is in prison for something that he didn't do, i.e. the murder of his fucking mum. which was actually, you know, done by Reverse Flash in the comic or whatever. But it turns out that, well, guess what? The Reverse Flash in the whole fucking movie. How can you have Flashpoint without the Reverse Flash? What the fuck? We get a slight interaction between Iris and Barry, and then guess what? Barry walks home and there's a fucking flash drive waiting for him. What's in the flash drive? Who fucking knows? It's just there. Literally, we're just waiting for him. Why is it? Oh, it's from Wayne Enterprises. Batman's coming by the future fucking dumbass. So this fucking little prick gets a flash drive and opens it up. It's from Batman, obviously, and it turns out it's the file which fucking unencrypted made clear the fucking drive of his dad's buying the tomatoes from the fucking shop. But guess what? It was pointless anyway because he fucking doesn't look up on the camera. Even though now it's clear, it doesn't even matter because you still can't see his face. Which means it doesn't prove anything and he's still in jail. Guess what? Then Barry goes back in time because he's a fucking idiot. And goes back in time in the Chrono Ball thing in that fucking shit scene that I showed you earlier. It's fucking utter wank. And he goes back in time for some reason. For some utter stupid reason. Thinks that he is not, the old version of himself is not going to be there. He is. What an utter tool. Even though he literally saw earlier when he poked his head out to see the scene with the babies where he literally could see himself in the back about to save that fucking baby. So he literally knows. He literally knows that his, oh my God, that his past self is going to be there. And yet he still goes back and decides to act like it's all normal. So when the fucking inevitable happens and he runs into his older self, or the old one in time from where we are, the one in the past, he runs into fucking past self, which hasn't even got his flash powers yet. And then he realises, oh shit, what am I doing here? Doesn't decide to just go back in time and not change anything. No, he does. He changes stuff. I mean, first what he changes is he decides to go and make the experiment, the accident where he got his powers happen. But this idiot decides to tell his past self about the fact that he gets struck by lightning, which obviously he's panicking and stuff, and then the fucking lightning hits the chemicals and hits both the past one and the current one. I'm going to call the current one the main one and the fucking past one the past one there. But yeah, resulting in the current one the main one losing his powers and the one from the past getting fucking powers. So now the idiot one, the old one, hasn't got powers. And the past one has. What a fucking idiot he is. I mean, then he goes back testing his powers and he's just basically a fucking idiot and wastes serving time. And then Barry loses his powers, obviously, the main one. And now he's just fucked. He obviously doesn't have any powers. How is he going to, do anything? Well, guess what? The scene just cuts off and he's back in Barry's apartment. What? So you're telling me you don't think to explain how the hell has he just got back to this guy's apartment, to his previous self's apartment, right? Considering the fact that, the one with super speed has just left the building and isn't there. He isn't back there. He's in a random street because he's fucked up with his powers because he doesn't know how to use them yet. How has he done? Oh my God. How is he back? How is he back? So he turns out, so a lot of shit happens, basically fucking nothing. And then he decides to go and find Batman for some reason, even though he doesn't actually think Batman exists in this world. As well as he knows Batman exists in this world, but doesn't even do any proper research on the other members of the Justice League and just assumes that they don't exist. Wow, what an idiot. Batman's a fucking bum, an absolute disgrace. A fucking tool he's absolutely useless in his fucking movie. Get rid of him, he's just a nostalgia feel. And the fucking actor, he's just a nostalgia feel. If you ask me, he's just a bunch of wank. Fucking absolute crud. I mean, go back in time to fucking see this utter shite. So then fucking Barry finds out about Superman. Well, who he thinks is Superman, because General Zod decided to attack. And we learn about how Barry influenced the events of Man of Steel. Man of Steel, which he didn't really influence much. He just saved one kid. But yeah, whatever. And now he decides to go to Russia. Batman, Barry, and the one with super speed, Barry with super speed, go to the fucking Russia to free Superman, which I still think is Superman, by the way. But it turns out Supergirl. Even though they fucking easily kill some Russian soldiers, well, should easily be killing Russian soldiers, but not really, because the Barry with super speed now is absolutely fucking useless. So he doesn't do anything for ages. And doesn't hit people with super speed, even though he's got it. Doesn't even use it to his advantage at all. And guess what? It results in him getting shot in the leg by a normal bullet, travelling at normal speed, and somehow can't react to it, even though he would have heard the bullet. What? How? I mean, he literally has super speed. How is he getting... How the fuck are you getting hit with a normal speed bullet when you got a fucking super speed? What an idiot, cunt. When I watched this in theatres, I was just getting sick of it at this point. I was thinking of walking out. I was literally thinking of walking out. It's that fucking shit. Absolutely fucking terrible. It is utter wank. Just get rid of it, chuck it in the bin, delete the file. Honest to fuck, because this is the worst movie. Up there with the worst movies I've ever seen. Either way, The Flash. He fucking goes. General Zod, he's coming. What do they do? The plan. They fucking don't plan at all. They literally do not plan anything. Supergirl, Flash, and Batman, and the Flash with super speed. By the way, Flash has got his powers back now, by the way. The other one's got his powers back because he gets struck by lightning 3 times. And it doesn't work the first 2 times because it's all. So how has he survived it? I mean, how has he survived? Whatever. But yeah, it doesn't work. They've got no plan. It's all fucked. And then guess what? It doesn't work. Supergirl dies. So they decide to go back in time and do it over and over and over again. But guess what? They've got no cohesion. They're absolutely fucking useless. So it keeps happening. They keep dying over and over and over again. And they can't save anyone. And this fucking previous Flash, the old one, becomes more and more distorted because he's got a fucking Kryptonian fucking spear in his fucking arm, the little guns. But then it turns out that he's the Dark Flash that we saw earlier in the movie because he's just been doing it that many times over and over and over again. And Barry just tells him to give it up and quotes his mum from earlier in the movie. Wank. And then guess what? He finally does give it up, and then the movie ends. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. Because he goes back in time to our time. But it turns out, this fucking idiot didn't learn from his mistakes, so guess what? He fucking changes something. Again. He changes the fact that... He changes it. The position of the tomatoes, so his dad has to look up at the camera. So he can clear his name on the trial. What a moron. So it turns out he's left in the Clooney verse because George Clooney was Batman at the end of the movie. What a tool. Honestly, what an absolute fucking tool. This is it. This was a filler video. Next video, fucking A-levels or school anyway. Fuck this movie. It was a shit wank.